Kylian Mbappe has already signed his contract with Real Madrid. Kylian Mbappe and Real Madrid have an agreement, signed 2 weeks ago, and as of July 1st, the French striker will become a brand new player of the white team, as Marca has been able to confirm. And so, a pursuit that began in the summer of 2017 is set to come to an end, 7 years later, because Kylian has already firmly committed to Real Madrid. When the player met with PSG last Tuesday to inform them that he would be leaving the club on June 30th, he asked him not to be presented with any new renewal offer. The reason was that he had already signed his signature on the contract that will tie him to Real Madrid for 5 seasons, as had been suspected in Paris for some time. At that point, PSG was already more interested in its star player fulfilling the commitment agreed in the summer to waive a very significant amount, the third installment of the loyalty bonus, to allow him to rejoin the first team. The script of this final chapter in the negotiation has been followed scrupulously both by Real Madrid, who wanted to avoid any slightest irregularity that could give PSG grounds to protest to UEFA and FIFA, and by the player, aware that after what happened in May 2022, he needed to reconcile with the Madrid club's directors and above all with its fans. In the first days of January, once his contract was entering the last 6 months of duration, Los Blancos contacted Mbappe's entourage to find out if the plan agreed in May last year was still in force and there were no changes. In that call at the beginning of January, José Ángel Sánchez, the person who has carried out the negotiation on behalf of the White Club, summoned them to resume negotiations in early February at the latest. Chastened after the 2022 standoff, they did not want to delay the talks any longer in order to close and sign the contract as soon as possible. They conveyed an important idea to Mbappe. Real Madrid were interested in signing him, but it was no longer a matter of urgency or a signing they wanted to get at any price, as it was 1.5 years earlier. That is why they asked for concreteness and clarity in the negotiations. If the operation could be carried out, perfect. If not, there were no problems. With Jude Bellingham and Vinicius already confirmed and contrasted among the best players on the planet, Real Madrid had no urgency. But they wanted to know soon if they could count on Mbappe or not to plan for next season. The answer was positive. When 8 months earlier he informed the Parisian club by letter that he was waiving the optional 3rd season on his contract, he had already made a firm decision. His destination would be Real Madrid. After adjusting some concepts, the French striker will arrive as the highest paid player in the squad according to his unofficial status as the best player in the world, but with a salary not too far from the highest paid players in the squad, who are Toni Kroos, Luka Modric, and David Alaba. Sources close to the negotiation place it in a growing escalation that covers a range between 15 and 20 million net per year plus bonus for objectives during the 5 years that the contract will last, following the contractual relationship modality that Real Madrid usually offers its players in recent times, but this extreme could not be confirmed by Marca. In the agreement reached in 2022 between the two parties, which was only pending the player's signature, the player's salary was an average of 26 million net. During the last 2 seasons at PSG after his renewal, Mbappe has been paid 32 million net, 72 gross. To that amount must be added the signing bonus that the player receives for arriving free of contract, by way of compensation for not having to pay a transfer fee. At this point, it should be recalled that during the last week of August 2021, when he had 1 season left on his contract, Real Madrid offered PSG a first offer of 160 million and a few days later, a second offer of 180 million. In the firm agreement between Mbappe and Real Madrid for 2022, they agreed on a transfer bonus of 130 million, which has also been slightly reduced, so that for all concepts, and once prorated the amount of this signing bonus, the remuneration of the French star would not reach 50 million net, a figure that is half of what he has received at PSG this season. 212 million gross adding salary, 72, renewal bonus 60, and loyalty bonus 80.